Hey, welcome back to the Rock and Hockey Show. We're here with David Farrance from Boston University. Dave, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Thanks for coming on the show. I'm great. So, currently, right now, leading all defensemen in scoring, and I think you're tied for 7th in total scoring.
Yeah.
Now, you've always been an offensive player. Did you have to change your game at all to become to be the leading scoring defenseman, or is it just kind of do what you do best?
I mean, you know, you gotta think the game like a defenseman. Play certain plays a certain way. Stay on the defensive side of the puck and be in the right spots. But no, overall, I don't have to change much. I just try to find open spots, open ice, and help create for my teammates.
Part of that. Yeah. So let's talk about youth hockey a little bit and growing up. I remember doing lessons with you, and I think you were about this tall. You and Jake Tortora, who's also having a very successful career. Do you remember back in those days?
Oh yeah, it was great. I'd come there every day after school, and
being a successful Division I college hockey player now. I know you took lessons. I know you put a lot into your game. Let's talk a little bit about what you did above and beyond just your normal team practices from when you were young all the way through to college hockey now, and what you still do now above and beyond that just to be successful.
I mean, really, since I was young, I've always had a shooting room in my house. It's not even something that I had to do. I just love being in my basement, shooting pucks, stick handling, doing whatever there is to do to make me better. I mean, I would try to shoot like 500 pucks a day when I was younger. I still do it now. It's in my garage now, but I love being out there. I don't know. I don't feel like I have to do it. I just I want to do it, and I guess that's one of the little things I did to kind of make me a better player.
Now, sometimes, especially with college hockey, it gets to be a full-time job, and then some. You still have fun getting out there practicing?
Yeah,
trying to improve yourself?
Absolutely. I think practice is one of my favorite parts of the game. You can you got to be serious and take it serious and get better, but it's a time to have fun with your teammates.
And growing up, I know you said you enjoyed it, but did you enjoy it at the time of putting in extra time, working on your skating, working on your shooting, or taking lessons, or going to clinics? Was that something you enjoyed doing?
With power skating, before I started it, I knew there was no pucks. And
never fun.
No pucks, and you're working on your skating. But honestly, if you do it with a buddy or you do it with a group of guys, it's and you're all working to get better. You can almost turn it into a competition, and just get better. And as you do it, it's more and more fun.
Seeing the results of something like power skating, seeing the results on the ice of, man, I'm faster, I'm stronger on my skates, I can do more things. I think that's a huge benefit. And skating sets up your playmaking. Skating sets up your shooting. Skating sets up your scoring. So if you can get better at skating, even though it's not fun to work on, once you get good at it, you can do so many other things on the ice, which are more fun than working on your power skating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Playing travel hockey, you found time to fit in high school hockey, which is definitely a lot of players that take the college route. That is not a choice for them.
It just sounded fun, like everything they were talking about, the students in the student section and all the people who go to the games. And my freshman year, I told my dad, like, hey, I think if it's possible, I want to play for the Stars and play high school hockey, and I did, and it was a blast. I loved it, and it was awesome. I think for anyone debating on doing high school hockey, I think you should do it. Give it a try, at least for a year.
Yep.
If you don't love it, then I don't know. It's just
and one thing too that everybody always forgets is that hockey should be fun. And you went from there to the national program, right? And how did you enjoy that?
It was fun. Going to high school every day with the other best players in the country. Sitting with some of them in computer science, I can still remember right now, and just talking about like we can't wait to play our first game and throw that jersey on. And
awesome.
It was such a cool feeling going to school with them and living with them and everything. So yeah, now, it was great.
When you got there, realizing hey, I'm with the best, the best 17-year-olds or 18-year-olds in the country. Mm-hmm. How did you have to elevate your game to not only just play in a team, but to contribute and be a top player on it?
Yeah, no, you got to have fun for sure. Like hockey's all about fun, and at the same time, you got to realize like at this point, hockey's a serious job, and you got to take it serious. And each day at the rink, you got to get better somehow. And it's just real important to stay focused on what your ultimate goal is, and whether it's playing Division I hockey or the NHL, just always remember each day to work towards that.
Hey, let's take a quick break and check out this highlight reel hat trick by Aiden Moretta of the Parrington Blades. On his first goal, Aiden gets a bad case of dangleitis, but manages to politely weave his way through the defense and score a goal. That was a case of dangleitis.
So playing for the national team, you went from there on to Boston University. What age did you go in as a freshman?
I was a true freshman. I went in as an 18-year-old. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a learning curve for sure. I mean, it's different being on your own and living by yourself, but at the same time, it was also a really fun experience.
At what point did hockey really get serious for you? Say, you know what, I got to really buckle down here. What point was that?
I would say it was my U17 year of the NTDP. Like I threw on that jersey and I realized like all the huge names that had worn this and played here, and I was like, wow, like that could actually be me someday. Like I'm in their shoes, and like this is going to be a job from here on out. Basically, I realized how much more serious you have to take practice, and how much you have to take like weightlifting and conditioning way more seriously. Like it's a really important part of the game, and especially nutrition-wise, I think you have to really dial it in nutritionally, or else you're going to be out of shape. And
so then you got drafted.
Yeah.
How exciting was that?
I mean, up until this point, probably the coolest part of my life.
Really. Were you there when you got drafted?
Yes, I was.
Awesome.
In Chicago, yeah.
So if you had to give tips to any young players out there, what would it be? Based on all your successes from youth hockey all the way up through the national program and college hockey, what tips would you give a young player that loves hockey?
I would say know what your skills are, know what you're good at, and really work at what you want to get better at, and just kind of know it's hard work, but in the end it pays off a lot. Just those hours, power skating, shooting pucks at your house.
Now, skating's always been kind of your forte, which allows you to do what you do. Is that something that you focused on more than anything else, you think, or is it just kind of came natural to you and you just ran with it?
I think a little bit of both. I think when I was younger, I was an okay skater. I was fairly good, and then I started power skating with you when I was about 12 and 14, and ever since then I got really good at skating, and I noticed it was like one of my better qualities in my game, and yeah, no, skating's a huge part of the game. Like, you need to be a good skater for sure to make it anywhere, really.
Is hockey still fun to you?
Oh yeah,
is it?
I love it. Yeah.
The national program, wearing a USA jersey, you're having a great career in college hockey, Boston University. You're drafted in NHL. Hopefully, looking forward to a great NHL career. If you had to do it all over again, would you?
Absolutely.
Would you do anything different? Would you tweak anything, change anything, knowing what you know now?
Honestly, nutritionally, I would have started eating better at a younger age. When I was younger, ate anything that was put in front of me, and to be an elite player, you can't do that. And these past few years at college in the program, I really started to try and take care of that and get better at it. It's all about habits, and you got to create good eating habits for yourself. So I'd say that's one thing I would change.
Hey Dave, listen, I'm hoping that we get on the ice here soon, but listen, thanks for coming on the show, and I wish you the best in the rest of the season.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.